Okay then, take two. So in this ride, we're going to choose Ruki as our lead.
Your decision.
Quiet voice, please. Because his this is his challenge that he's thrown down, so he should probably take part in it. And joining him will be Pamitha, who we've not yet used all that much, but we should give her some. We should give her a chance to prove herself.
Pamitha.
And alongside them shall be none other than Sir Gilman. Who... Yes. Okay.
Sir Gilman. It is done.
Noble Rookie, know that your battle here is this night's battle too. Onward!
Alright then, Greentail, bring it on. It's a deal or dear old mum who's gonna pay.
Commence. A flame is stricken.
And left me open.
Almost.
Oh dear.
A deftly thwarted drive. Vampire spotters.
Some not great plays by me there.
What's the matter, Greentail? Methinks you seem a little nervous on your paws out there.
Just shut up already, Barker. Let's get on with it.
What's that you say, huh? You think you could talk back to me like that, Greentail?
You heard me, Barker. Stay out of my damn way.
Or what, mate?
Or I'll sink these little nervous teeth into your neck, old chum. Ooh.
That foolish Barker was a menace to the Commonwealth and is a blight upon the rights. Barker leaps headlong into the fire. Oh, you poor thing. Fear not the purifying flame.
Oh, his reach is a lot longer as well.
There. As per the sacred law. The orb is up. Yes.
There we go. Almost done.
The rite is nearly ended.
Oh no. So close.
The orb is loose.
I keep forgetting this area does like to
And it is done.
bounce off those on the outside, doesn't it?
The Night Wings prevail. Their hapless adversaries stood no chance.
Made some
The rite is complete.
bad mistakes there still. Woohoo! We did it! We got him!
Greentail, you
You got us fair and square, mate. As fair and square as this stuff gets, right? So, my family, you'll leave him alone? You said you'd leave him alone.
ease off there, Greentail. A deal's a deal. Now then, me and my pack had better step it up for when we see you and your mates again. I'll be looking forward.
Ruki watches him depart, then turns to you as expression softens. Then not to tell you, chum, other than I really owe you one.
bask now in the wisdom of the scribes.
Close for a level with Gilman there.
The exiled Pamitha perhaps can learn the errors of her kind.
Well, Tamitha, soon I'll be catching up with you at this, whether or not you like it. And that means we have more masteries to choose from. In the first tree we have Wings of a Matriarch, Wright's masteries enhancing a harp's swiftness and mobility. When Triesta Tiphys led her people to the mountains, they began to train themselves in new ways to survive. Swift flight. While flying, Pamitha moves faster than usual. Okay. There were none who could outpace the matriarch Triesta Tiphys as she soared across the skies. Shriek Dash. Pamitha can use her a dash ability in rapid succession and for less stamina. An honed swiftness of wing was necessary to survive upon the mountains where Triesta made her home. Sleight of Wing. After saluting her adversaries, Pamitha instantly switches places with her nearest ally. Okay. The High Wing remnants bonded together, sisters one and all, and in their solidarity survived the age. And finally, in this tree we have greater celerity. Pamitha permanently gains +8 quickness, making her move much faster. Ooh. That could be interesting for her. Then, I shall find this fallen emperor, or if I should recover him, then we may yet have peace. And the other tree is Ways of the High Wing. Wright's masteries enhancing the harp's aggressive capabilities. The High Wing were nearly destroyed after Saint Triesta left them. Those who remained grew strong. Winged Fury. For 5 seconds after banishing an adversary, Pamitha moves 30% faster than usual. Often did the matriarch assuage her sister's rising anger and compel them not to war upon the wingless. Fell Swoop. While casting her aura, Pamitha can trigger an aura burst that banishes nearby adversaries. Triesta Tiphys helped to purge the downside of a number of the greater titans which ravage across the land. Okay. Relentless Pursuit. If Pamitha is banished while Winged Fury's effective is active, she returns twice as quickly as usual. Many of her sisters pursued Triesta to the downside, but eventually they all concluded that the Saint was gone. And finally, Natural Superiority. Pamitha permanently gains +4 quickness, presence, and hope, making her better all round. Ooh. That's not bad. Our wings indicate our station in this world, and yet we overworld our very being. That is quite good, but I'm not much of a fan of other things in this right tree. Besides maybe Winged Fury. I think I will be going down this left tree for faster movement. It seems to be what I go for in this playthrough. Just focus on movement and not on banishing the adversaries. Even if it is to my undoing sometimes.
The holy power of the eldest matriarch. Until the stars align.
Indeed, until the stars align. Yes, new souvenirs from our travels across the downside. We haven't noticed that, haven't we? Ooh, more mushrooms as well. You return to the wagon after you and your fellow exiles overcame the dissidents, and find Volfred waiting for you there. Well done back there, my boy. You are serving your companions well. Now then, I've something that I wish to share with you, if you've a moment. We have discussed the plan, of which we are all a part. I have a means of measuring our progress towards the goal of it. At 28%, so it has gone up a little bit more. I'd like for you to have a look at it. First, let's determine where the rites may take us next. Okay? Look forth. I expect you shall again see several shining stars where once you saw but one. You gaze again into the darkness of night. The scribe's stars beckon. Next up we have Triesta, Jomware, and Auras. Not ores.
Mostra temere.
Several shining stars. A trick of the eye, or the will of the scribes? Who can say? I, too, once gained this newfound vision many years ago, following my first liberation rites, and I believe only we of the Nightwings have this gift. I realized that, in choosing whom the Nightwings confront in each rite, we in turn influence which triumvirate we face when the time comes for someone to be set free. The object I invite you to use contains further detail. Now, by the sounds of it, I assume that the adversaries that we don't face have a better chance of appearing in a liberation rite near the end. Henceforth, you may use Volfred's Planner to see your current progress, an object that shows the relative standings between the 9 triumvirates in the rites. Whichever triumvirate curries the most favour shall confront the Nightwings for a chance at freedom. We shall look upon it now. Using Volfred's Planner, you may assess your progress towards your ultimate goal, as well as check the current standing of your adversaries. Volfred shall keep this information up to date for the remainder of your quest. You may look over it now, or any time in the Black Wagon, or while searching the stars. Ah, dear. Yes, but... okay, so yes, we just faced the dissidents and they have been knocked down again, it would seem. While the Tempers are in dead last. Maybe because they lost the liberation rite? Maybe. But at this rate, we are to face the withdrawn the next liberation rite unless we can push them down a little by facing them. But then we'll be facing Chastity, and our good friend H. Manly Tinderstove. Additional notes, huh? At long last, the plan is well underway. The cycle of the rites turns quickly for the time. We soon should have another stab upon the fall of Solium. And it does give us some information as to what's happened and what we can expect to happen. Unfortunately, right now it's yes, it doesn't tell us how far away from our next liberation, right? But if what it says is true, it should take less time than it did before. Liberation rites conducted. That's 1. Additional exiles required. 1. Oh. There is still somebody we are yet to recruit, huh? Very well. Total rites conducted. 9. Exiles liberated. 1. Edwin. And the probability of success still sits at 28%. Okay then. Good to know. So, our current adversaries include the Essence and Panafa's sister. Oh dear, where are the other stars actually? Here we go. Auras, where we can face the Withdrawn. Hopefully in doing so we can knock them down, if we do decide to face them. And to the north, Trieste, where we can face the Accusers again. I do not look forward to facing the Withdrawn in the next Liberation Rite, so I'll see if I can knock them down here and now, during our interim between them. Very well then. You are set to re-encounter the Withdrawn, led by Witch Udmilda. However outlandish her intentions seem, one ought beware of her. He then reveals what he has learned of her and her designs. Witch Udmilda, one of the Bog Dwellers and head of the Withdrawn, a triumvirate more interested in legends of Ysalk the Astralborn than in the rites. Her kind was known to be reclusive in the Commonwealth, yet she was brazen in her disdain for common values. She practiced the unspeakable. Somehow, one day, her research into flammable reagents grew into an obsession with Ysalk, despite widely held belief that he is dead, or never did exist. But Udmilda held that Ysalk is merely dormant, and shall someday be reborn with newfound hunger, which could only be sated by devouring the world. Then at last could Ysalk return to his glorious home, and Udmilda would go with him. When Commonwealth officials showed up to take Udmilda in for spreading unrest, she was all too eager to comply. Yes, I assume so. She could be closer to your sulk down here, couldn't she? After all, a sentence to a sentence to the downside meant being that much closer to your sulk's resting place, where she believed she had much work to do, where withdrawn stood ready to assist. In short, the 8 scribes certainly would not approve of what she aims to do, so be careful in her presence, reader, and for now, good night. You bid the lone minstrel a restful night in kind. It is too late to take flight, so you expect to press onwards come daylight. Oh, more pages? More people to talk to. Oh, it's Rookie. You okay? I imagine that last rite did a number on you, didn't it? And more of that caps. Haha. Alfred's planner. Ah, can we interact with it here to we can. Very good. Alfred maintains a detailed summary of your progress through the rites. Alfred status, consoling Jordial about something. Would it be Hedwyn? Still miss him. And so would she, I imagine. Rookie seems to have something on his mind, no doubt about the last rite once again. As you approach Rookie, you sense none of his usual anxious energy. I'm free. When he rushes up to you, a return to form. I mean, I know I'm not. I'm stuck down here with all the rest of you. It's just... It's like I finally get to set aside this giant bag of rocks I've been carrying around. Know what I mean? Wanted to say... Thanks, chum, for giving me a hand with this little situation between myself and Barker. I don't think I would have had it in me to stand up to him unless I knew you and the others had my back. Now at least old Mama Greentail won't get any trouble from him on the other side. Rookie's well-to-do Kerr family tied to the Commonwealth's thriving mercantile industry. She's still waiting for her Rookie boy to come on home, but at least she won't be getting hassled by a bunch of nasty curs just because I struck a lousy deal. I say, wasn't it a lousy deal that got you into that situation with Barker in the first place? So yeah, chum, you ever need something, I owe you one. And there's some. Kerr's oath. He prances out of the wagon, a newfound lightness in his step. Rookie... Oh! He has gained +2 hope permanently. Very well then. We wish him well. That's certainly what we would. And in the Book of Rites, we can learn about the distance. In the words of Haub the Swallow, the accursed, I myself, Haub, did form the distance under this simple tenet: those who do not belong, belong. The other scribes, some of them showed, at first, reluctant to allow an imp, and one accursed, to designate one of the 9 triumvirates, but Myr, the Horned One, stubborn as he was, stood by my side. In time, they came to understand, but I remained, as ever, at their side, a living bit of proof of their absurdity. The dissidents are an extension of my oddity, those who do not adhere. They are not to be discarded, underestimated, or dismissed. They are as necessary as those against whom they rebel. Well then.